The fifth example here, consider the cube root of 27 by 1000. The question is whether this is a surd or not. See that cube root of 27 by 1000, the number in the numerator is a perfect cube. You see that cube root of 27 by 1000 can be written as cube root of 3 cube in the numerator. 27 is 3 cube, and 1000 can be written as 10 cube. So that this is cube root of 3 by 10 whole cube. So what you see here is that the cube root of 27 by 1000 has been written as the third power of a rational number 3 by 10, which is equal to 3 by 10. Hence, cube root of 27 by 1000 is not a surd. If, however, I give you another example here, say, consider fourth root of 16 by 5. Okay, in this case, if you see, 16 can be written as the fourth root of the fourth power of 2, but 5 cannot be written as the fourth power of any number. So therefore, fourth root of 16 by 5 is a surd. Any questions on this? Any questions on surds, or is the concept of surds clear? No questions. Then I move on to the next concept, which is called the order of a surd. What do you mean by the order of a surd? The order of the radical in a surd is called the order of a surd. The order of the radical in a surd is called the order of the surd. Example. First, if I say square root of 2, here what is the order? Order of the surd is 2, because we are talking about square root. If we are talking about, say, cube root of 5, here what is the order of the surd? It is 3, because we are talking about cube root. Third, say if you are talking about sixth root of 2, what is the order of the surd here? Order of the surd is 6, because we are talking about the sixth root. Order of the radical is 6, so therefore order of the surd is 6. Okay, so whatever is the order of the radical, that is called the order of the surd. Next, we come to the concept of pure surd and mixed surd. Pure surd first. Okay, if a surd consists of an irrational component only, irrational component only. Now, what do you mean by irrational component? You will see, I'll give you an example to make it more clear. Then it is called a pure surd. Okay, examples. Consider root 3. This is a pure surd because you only have a square root here. Okay, root 3 is a pure surd. Cube root of 2 is a pure surd because you only have cube root. You do not have any other number attached to cube root of 2. Next, say 3 root 2 is not a pure surd. Why is not a pure surd? Because see, 3 is attached to root 2. That is, a rational number is attached. This is a rational number, right? A rational number is attached to this radical. Therefore, it is not a pure surd. Okay, such surds are called mixed surd. We'll come to this a little later. Okay. After this, I'll come to this. Let us say 6 root of 6. 5 times 6 root of 6 is not a pure surd. Okay, because you have a rational component attached here to the radical. Okay, so that is what pure
Sir.
surds. Tell me.
Sir, I have not understood this one. Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, so 5 into 6 root of 6. 5 6th root of 6. See, this one is an irrational number, right? This is a surd, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, sir.
But this is a rational number, right? So this is this 5 into 6 root of 6. See, this rational component is attached to this irrational component, and therefore it is not a pure surd. If you see here, 3 into root 2, you have a rational component attached to a pure surd. Therefore, it is not a pure surd. Understood? But when I say cube root of 2, do you see any rational number attached to cube root of 2? Do you see? Tell me, do you see any rational component attached to cube root of 2?
No, sir.
You don't see. So therefore, it is a pure surd. If I say root 3 only, then root 3, do you see any rational component attached to root 3? So therefore, it is a pure surd. Next, suppose root 3 only. Suppose I write 5 root 3. Then this is not a pure surd. Understood? Because root 3 was a surd, but you have a product with a rational number. Therefore, it is not a pure surd. Now understood?
Yes, sir. I have understood. Yes, sir.
Next is mixed surds. If a pure surd has a rational component or has a rational number attached to it as a product,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sir, I cannot see the screen.
log in once again.
Sir.
Yes,
Sir, I cannot see your screen.
I told you log in once again. Or wait for some time, you'll be able to see. Okay, mixed surds. Now can you see, all of you? Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So mixed surds. As in the above example, I told you 5 root 3 is not a pure surd. 5 root 3 is called a mixed surd. 5 root 3 here is a mixed surd. Okay, because as a product you see that it has a rational component attached, right? Next, 5 into 6th root of 6. As in the above example, if you see, I've told you it is not 5 into 6th root of 6 is not a pure surd. Therefore, it is a mixed surd. Okay. Similarly, you can have half root 2. Half root 2 is a mixed surd. Why? Because half is a rational number. If half is a rational number, it is attached to this pure surd. So therefore, it becomes a mixed surd. Okay. Next, if I say say 3/5 of root 8, this is a mixed surd. Okay, because you have a 3/5 component attached to a pure surd. Okay, so that is what it means. Varsha, turn off your camera. Fine. So this is what is the definition of pure and mixed surds. We now come to the properties of surds. Okay, the first property of surd here is that the nth root of a number a when raised to the power of n must be equal to a. Okay, if you see, the order of the radical here is n and it has been raised to the power of n. So therefore the resulting number that we are getting is a. Example, say square root of 5 square is 5. Okay, let's call it property number a. And the second example here is, say square root of 10 square is 10. The third example can be cube root of 2/5 whole cube is equal to 2/5. Why? Because the order of the radical here is 3 and the power here is also 3. They are the same. Okay. Next, 10th root of 5/4 whole to the power of 10 is 5/4. Because see, the order of the radical here is 10 and the power is also 10, and so on. This continues. This is the first property of a surd. The next property of a surd is that nth root of AB is equal to nth root of A into nth root of B. Okay, when you see before proceeding further, let me just tell you one thing, that do not panic when you see cube root and fourth root, because we will mostly be dealing with square roots. We will not be dealing with order of surds, of order 3 or order 4. We will only be dealing with surds of order 2. That is, we'll only be dealing with square roots. Okay, so do not panic when I write nth root. Nth root, if you put n is equal to 2, you will get square roots. Okay. See, this is just for properties. Examples. Say square root of 6. See that square root of 6 can be written as 2 into 3, right? You can prime factorize 6 as 2 into 3. And from the above property, if you see, now under the radical, you have product of two rational numbers, so that now you can write square root of 2 into square root of 3. Okay, from the above property. The next example is, say, square root of 45. Square root of 45, you prime factorize 45. You know how to prime factorize 45? I've taught you last year prime factorization. 3/1, 3/15, 3/5, and 5/1. So that you get square root of 45 as 3 square into 5, which is equal to, now if you separate from the second property, you have root over of 3 square into root 5. Now you see root over of 3 square is simply 3, because from property number A, if you see square root of this thing square root of any number, the square of any number is always equal to the number into root 5. Okay, so these are very important observations. You'll be using these in the sums. Okay, so remember these observations. Next is say cube root of 32. If you prime factorize 32, you will get 2 to the power of 5. Now see that the order of the radical here is 3. So what I will do here is I will write 2 to the power of 5 as 2 to the power of 3 plus 2. Because see, 3 here and 3 here, this must match, right? So why it must match is because of this step. Because I can now write 2 to the power of 3 plus 2 as from the laws of indices or exponents. I can write this as cube root of 2 cube into 2 square. Now from the above property, this can be written as cube root of 2 cube into cube root of 2 square. Now cube root of 2 cube, this one here clearly is simply 2. And this remains as it is. Cube root of 2 square is 4. So the answer here, whether you write cube root of 32 or whether you write 2 into cube root of 4, this is the same. Okay. Next, not example for next property I shall discuss. Property number C is that the nth root of a by b is the same as nth root of a, nth root of the numerator divided by the nth root of the denominator. Okay. So examples. Suppose if I give you square root of 5 by 7. This is equal to square root of 5 by square root of 7 according to this property. Next, if I give you say root over of 12 by 3, which is equal to, you can write this as root 12 by root 3. Root 12 divided by root 3. Now what you can do is you can prime factorize 12 as 2 square into 3 divided by root 3. Now this you can write as root over of 2 square into root 3 divided by root 3. So now root 3 and root 3 will cancel. You simply get root over of 2 square, which is equal to 2. What you must observe here is that instead of doing all this, suppose if you were given root over of 12 by 3, you could have written this as, you could have cancelled here only inside the radical. So you've got square root of 4, which is equal to 2. Okay. So instead of doing all these steps, you could have simply have written directly root over of 12 by 3 as 2. This is only for your observation that I'm giving you. Okay. And the last example from this should be, suppose if I'm
Excuse me,
writing,
sir.
then tell me.
So if in the exam we just do that 12 by 3 and we
Yes.
just cancel and write 4 and 2, so the
Yes.
sum will be marked as wrong.
No, it will be correct. I have shown you both ways. Understood? I have shown you this way. Why I have shown you this way is only to show you this property. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You can do
Thank
it
you,
either
sir.
ways. So cube root of 32. Cube root of 32. No, not cube root of 32. Let's take a fraction. Cube root of 5 by 9. cube root of the square root of 5 by 9. Square root of 5 by 9. According to the above property, square root of 5 by 9 can be written as square root of 5 by square root of 9, which can now be written as square root of 5 by square root of 3 square, which can now be written as square root of 5 by 3. Now, can anyone tell me what kind of a surd is square root of 5 by 3? Can anyone
Sir,
tell
can I
me?
say
Tell me.
mixed surd?
Mixed surd. Square root of 5 by 3 can, because why is it a mixed surd? Because square root of 5 by 3 can be written as 1/3 square root of 5, which is a mixed surd. Okay. This you must observe. And I have now certain remarks for you related to all this. Okay, before the remarks, conversion of pure to mixed surds and mixed to pure surds. Conversion of pure to mixed surds and vice versa. Okay, if I give you a mixed surd, how do you convert it to a pure surd? If I give you a pure surd, how do you convert it to a mixed surd? Okay, let us see with the help of some examples how to convert pure surds to mixed surd and mixed surd to pure surd. So example number 1, consider square root 45. What kind of a surd is this? This is a pure surd, right? Because you don't have any rational number attached to square root 45. So clearly square root 45 is a pure surd. We would like to convert this pure surd to a mixed surd. Okay. So we'd like to convert square root 45 to a mixed surd. So how do you convert square root 45 to a mixed surd? What you do is you prime factorize 45 in the rough. This is what you're going to do in your rough. Okay, you're going to make a column in your answer sheet on the right hand side and you're going to do your rough work. Okay, but here I am simply doing it for at the side here. 45. If you prime factorize 45.
So what did you tell just now?
In your answer sheets, you will make a rough column and show this working. Okay, prime factorization part. 35. So what you see here is square root of 45 has been prime factorized as square root of 3 into 3 into 5. Or you can write this as 3 square into 5, which you can write this as root over of 3 square into root 5, which is equal to 3 root 5. So now if you see square root of 45 has been written as a pure surd, mixed surd, which is a mixed surd. Okay, clear? This is
Yes,
how you
sir.
convert pure surds to mixed surds. Let us take one example of the same. Let us take this. Now suppose 3 root 5. Example 2. Consider 3 root 5. Okay, 3 root 5 is clearly a mixed surd. Clearly 3 root 5 is a mixed surd. We'd like to convert this mixed surd to a pure surd. How do you convert this to a pure surd? So we have 3 root 5. Now look at this very carefully. Okay. See that this 3 here is outside the radical, right? Now we would like to make this 3 enter this radical. Okay. If we would like to make this 3 enter this radical, then this 3 will simply become the square. When it enters the radical, it becomes the square. and this 5 we write as a multiplication. So that now it becomes root over of 9 into 5, which is square root 45. Now this is a pure surd. Clear with this? I'll give you more example, but is this part clear?
Yes, sir.
When 3
Yes,
enters
sir.
when 3 enters this radical, you make it a square.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me give you other examples here. Example 3. Suppose I give you, consider 3 into cube root of 2. What kind of a surd is this? This is a mixed surd, right? We'd like to convert this to a pure surd. So what we do in order to make this a pure surd, 3 into cube root of 2. You have a look at this order. What is the order of this? The order of this is 3. So when 3 will enter this, it will take the power equal to its order. So 3 will become 3 cube into 2. Okay, which is equal to 27 into 2, which is equal to square root 54, which is a pure surd. Any questions? Example 4. Consider let's say 5 root 6. This is a mixed surd, right? You want to convert to a pure surd. We can write this as 5 root 6. Again, when 5 enters this radical, because the order of this radical is 2, 5 will become a square. 5 square into 6. So this is root over of 25 into 6, which is square root of 150, which is a pure surd. Okay, let us take another example. This time we'll convert a pure surd to a mixed surd. Let's take square root 20. This is a pure surd. You want to convert it to a mixed surd. So what you do is, when you want to convert a pure to a mixed surd, you prime factorize. Okay. So what you get here is square root 20 is equal to square root of 2 square into 5, which can be written as root over of 2 square into root 5. Now root over of 2 square is simply 2 into root 5. So which is a mixed surd. Clear with conversion of pure surds to mixed surd and mixed surd to pure surds, or any confusion?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
yes.
Now you can convert. Let me give you one last example, and then maybe we can proceed to the problems in the next class. One last example, since we have 5 minutes left. Example 6. Let us consider, this time let's convert a mixed surd to a pure surd. Consider 2/3 root 5. This is a mixed surd, right? You want to convert it to a pure surd. How do we convert? See that 2/3 root 5, we want 2/3 to enter the radical, right? So what you do here is, when 2/3 enters this radical, because the order of the radical here is 2, so it becomes 2/3 square into 5. This becomes root over of 2/3 square is 4 by 9 into 5. So this becomes square root of 20 by 9, which is a pure surd, right? So I hope there is no confusion after this. Okay. So we'll be using this in our sums. All these conversions from pure to mixed and mixed to pure surds, we'll be using these in our conversion. Okay. Now, just one remark before I leave. In fact, there'll be more remarks to come, but let me just start with these remarks. Very, very important remarks, which you should be very mindful of while doing your sums. Okay. The first is that when I write root 3 plus root 5, okay, this, remember, is not equal to root over of 3 plus 5. Okay, you cannot write root 3 plus root 5 is equal to root 3 plus 5. Okay. However, when there is a multiplication sign in between, root 3 into root 5 can be written as root over of 3 into 5. From which property? From this property. From this property. Root 3 into root 5 can be written as root over of 3 into 5. Clear with this or not?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
So when you have a plus sign in between, you cannot make the two numbers enter a single radical. But when there's a multiplication sign in between, you can make the number enter a single radical like this. Very, very important remark. Okay, do not forget. Okay. Also, second remark and the last remark for today will be that when I am writing root 3 plus root 3, root 3 plus root 3 is not equal to root 6. Okay, root 3 plus root 3 is not equal. Let me write it this way. Root 3 plus root 3 is not equal to root over of 3 plus 3. Okay. However, root 3 into root 3 is equal to root over of 3 into 3 is equal to root over of 3 square is equal to 3. So when there's a multiplication sign in between, you can write it in this way from the above property also. Okay. So that is what you must remember. Okay. Also remember that root 3 plus root 3 is nothing but 2 into root 3. Okay. Root 3 plus root 3 is not root 3 plus 3. It is 2. Root 3 plus root 3 is 2 into root 3. Just as you add x plus x is equal to 2x. That's how. Is the comparison clear?
Yes, sir.
Please remember,
Yes, sir.
please do not make the mistake of writing root 3 plus root 3 is equal to root of 3 plus 3. Remember, root 3 plus root 3 is always equal to 2 root 3. It is just like adding two x's. X plus x is equal to 2x. Okay. Similarly, if I am writing, if I am writing 5 root 2 plus root 2, it is equal to 6 root 2. Okay. Why? Just as I add 5x plus x, if I consider root 2 as x, then it becomes what? 6x, right? So that is why 5 root 2 plus root 2 can be written as 6 root 2. Okay. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
So I'll stop here. So I'll stop here for today.